It's a fantastic book. Let's sell some copies, man.
Oh, please.
I want to get people out there to read this. If you need a thing to just at the end of the day to relax and just take your mind off it, and I would imagine that now, I mean, you've outed yourself, which is kind of like, that's the first rule of Fight Club, man.
I don't know, about the middle of the 90s, I had a series of kind of, I was at the LA Times, I was doing this story, just about to do this story, because I go to all these events.
Right.
And I would be covering different things, and I would just see this, especially the Hollywood events, I would just see the same group of people chowing down at the buffet, or first in line at the bar, belling up to the bar.
Same group.
Yes, just over and over, the same guys. And I finally started talking to these guys, like, hey, who are you? And I realized they had nothing to do with the entertainment industry. They were crashers, but they were ubiquitous. They were everywhere. And a lot of them were, some of them were very successful by day, real estate investors, or a couple lawyers. I mean, one guy was a dentist. I mean, but at night, they would feel this compulsion to go to all these events. And so I was going to write a story on these guys. I just fell in with these guys, and I was just really taken with their curiosity, their sense of adventure, just the adrenaline, and some of these events are just, there's so much going on here socially. Just from art galleries up in Malibu to spa openings in Beverly Hills, and then the big events, the Golden Globes or the Oscars, that's the other thing about this book is this book really captures a time before the pandemic, and some of these crashers I've still been in touch with. I mean, they really have almost had withdrawal symptoms. I mean, some of them have been out 30 years.
Yeah,
four events a night for 30 years, and then all of a sudden the COVID curtain comes down.
How do you? I mean, it must be interesting to write a book chronicling this period of your life, because it's over. That part of your life is over, really.
And I think I wanted to write the book just because it was so interesting. The characters were so amazing. It captures a whole side of LA. Again, Hollywood's very hierarchical. All the great parties behind these 30-foot hedge gates.
Oh yeah.
For the 1%, and then the teeming masses, the peasants are outside with pitchforks, bands,
how do you see,
rope lines, and velvet curtains. And
how do you see yourself as a crasher? Like, how do you explain it, or how do you see yourself?
Well, I think a life unexamined is not worth living, and I did take stock of myself. Why did I fall in with these group of guys? I think it was a vulnerable time in my life, but I also, a combination of factors, I was really looking for some kind of a community in a way, and I kind of fell in with these guys, and a lot of them are actually very interesting people. We'd be at these parties. I mean, we'd be more entertaining than the entertainers. Only about a dozen or 2 dozen hardcore crashers at these things, and the reason is because a lot of people, they can't face the potential embarrassment, and most of these other crashers have the anti-embarrassment chip. All right, I get kicked out, I talk in the book about getting into the Golden Globes using a celebrity lookalike, a Steven Seagal lookalike, and when I got into the Golden Globes writing this, we got this lookalike, and
what happened to the
and we got in, but it's it's very intimidating. There's snipers on the roof, there are drones, I could go out every night and really meet some very interesting, different people. Not only just the crashers, but just all these different events that are happening all over the city.
How many? Do you have any idea how many events you went to?
Oh, I probably have been to thousands. And again, I've
So on any given week, it varies, right? One might be a couple of weeks, maybe none for a month, or was it every?
I mean, at the height of this, I was kind of going out 5-6 nights a week. In a way, crashing was life carbonated, Right. It just, every day was a daily adventure, new people.